Bitches, what's up? Wake up. It's the morning time.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, August 17th in the house. Month's flying fast, right? Month is flying fast. If your kids aren't in school yet, they're getting real close. They're getting real close. What's up, David? Good morning. David, first talk in the chat, gets his first ever 10,000 points on the show. Totally redeemable for, I'll figure it out one day. What's up, MP? How was your weekend? How was baby girl's party? I heard you somewhere you wrote the slide took you down. So gonna need to find out more information on that. Where are the security camera videos? You know what I didn't tell you, I don't think, is should have like set up a little camera at the bottom of it just to get some of the shenanigans. Morning, Dylan. Shirt redeemed. Yeah, that was one thing I was thinking of. Discount, like a coupon code or something like that. Ooh, 10,000 points. Yeah, exactly. Um, Once those shirts, I did text the lady and ask her what's up, what's going on. And she said she would email me. So, people get busy. Like I said, it's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. We've waited 641 episodes. We can wait another 41 or so. They're going to come when they come. And then next thing you know, we'll have them and it'll be like, remember when we all didn't have them? Off of that was my cough. What's new? Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. Um, yeah. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. You guys saw my little recap there online. Ted Lasso is on Prime now. I love the wacky personality. Okay. All right. I don't think I've watched that show. I might have to look into it. I've heard about it, but no, because I do have Prime. So thank you. Appreciate that. Um, Hope everyone had a good weekend. We had a We had some stuff. Yeah, we had some stuff go on for sure. There's a couple of things, couple things. It felt busy, but not too busy, right? So like we had a couple of things each day. There was not enough free time in the day for my wife to really bring out the paint gear and get down with some 6 or 7 hours of painting. Because she's kind of an all or nothing. Once you get the roller drenched in paint, the cleaning process of paint rollers or paint in general is such a nightmare that it makes sense that you want to do like 6 hours straight because you got to clean it no matter what. Um, I almost think it's probably best to just buy in bulk the rollers. Does anyone else do that? Is it just me that cleans them? Does everybody else just buy in bulk and then bag them and throw them away? Can someone put me out of my misery one way or another? Any of you people that have painted more than a wall or a couple rooms or anything like that? Because I've always cleaned them, and reused them if they don't like fully harden. But part of me has always thought they don't cost that much money. Why not just like have one a day? Would that really be so bad? I don't know. Is that why we have so much trash on this planet? It's because I think like that? Again, I haven't done it that way. Oh, dry humor meets English. Okay. I don't know. I'm I'm like okay on dry humor. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. But I give it a shot for you. So yeah, no painting this weekend. Just a lot of stuff, kids in school. Friday, I'm not remembering Friday so much. Friday was just basically got the kids out of school and kind of chilled. My wifey and I didn't go on a date. She turned me down. Um, does this happen to you guys? She straight turned me down. I was like, "Hun, don't you want to go get sushi for lunch? Like we have free. The kids are gone. We're here. We didn't make plans with our friends. Like, don't you want to go on a date?" She was like, "Nah, fool." No, her reasoning was because I've been getting on her about the leftovers, like all the burgers and sausage that I made earlier in the week. She's like, "We have tons of leftovers. You need to eat all that." I'm like, "Okay, fine, I'll eat it." So I just heated up sausage, a burger, some bacon, and all this stuff, and then I chopped it up and threw it on top of some potatoes with some Chick-fil-A sauce, bunch of veggies, grilled onions, all the tomatoes, all that kind of stuff, and made myself like a deconstructed burger salad on top of potatoes. I don't know what it was, but it was good. I enjoyed it. And then the day or two later, I had made some for Bailey, and she enjoyed it too. So funny. I have to save my good trim brush this weekend from it being left with paint in it while yeah. Mhm. Brushes are a different story because brushes, that's not as bad to clean. But yeah, you can definitely forget and then they're gone. You definitely gotta like rinse it a couple of times because it will harden. So yeah, I'm just thinking rollers. Those are just obnoxious as hell. It's weird, like when you're rolling them on the wall, it seems like every roll that you do, there's less and less paint in it, and then you have to like constantly put more paint on it. But then when you're cleaning them, it's like a never-ending amount of paint is still in it. Like how does the technology even make any sense is what I'm saying. Um, All right, let's go. Let's go, David. We got this. Let's jump in. You're right. Let's jump in the reading if there's time. Tell you about the rest of my weekend afterwards. We had three readings this weekend, three of them, the big three: Saturday's reading, Sunday's reading, and of course today's reading. Was Saturday's reading don't merge like this? Why am I? I don't know if it's ChatGPT or no, it's ChatGPT. Did you really do that? And you posted that too? Damn it. All right. Anyways, I might have done something. Yeah, ChatGPT does not listen sometimes, guys. Never trust the bots. Anyways, back to it. Good morning, Bukes. Thanks for sharing the show. I know you haven't said hi yet, but you definitely shared the show. I see it. Thank you, sir. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Saturday's reading. Parenting is hard, almost impossible, right? So, parenting's a difficult job. We got to make sure our kids are safe. We got to make sure they're happy. They have all their needs met. All of this and that and this and that. And then also within all of that, we have the rest of life. We have the mortgage. We have the insurance. We have the risk of car accidents. We have our career. We have our friends, our family, all this other stuff going on. It's just impossible to get it all done. Get it done in a way that's right. Make sure our kids grow up to be successful, happy, well-adjusted people. But the reading wants us to calm down, get out of that spiral of like, it's too much, life is too much, it's impossible, and just focus on one or two things. It's all they really need is love and support and to accept them for who they are, right? So 365 days of readings, but at the end of it, just need to love them and support them. It just got eerily quiet in the world all of a sudden. Like not a single car driving by. Can just hear the echo of my voice through the office. Really weird. There's the first car. Wow. That was crazy. 5 a.m. is a different time, guys. So great reading on Saturday. Just boiling it down, reminding us all that, yeah, it is difficult. The world is hard. Life is difficult. There's always going to be challenges and obstacles and things that kind of get in our way or shake us, give us a rough week. And but at the end of the day, we're parents. And we just focus on those little ones. Make it easy. Boil it down to this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm going to do. Thank you. Have a good day. And then Sunday's reading is every kid needs someone to believe in them. So this was a story about a decently well-known human on the earth, Muhammad Ali, professional boxer, right? And it was telling about his childhood, uh, in his different form of his life. He was not a good student. He was doing very poorly, but the athletics were there. Like you could see it in him. And there was a principal that shouted him out, like, here comes the heavyweight champion of the world, like when he was in high school. And just that support, maybe it was the thing, maybe it wasn't the thing, maybe it was just one of the things, but that catapulted him into the life that he ended up living and leading. So just a reminder that sometimes all it takes is support, is cheering them on, is rooting for them, is being that one person to believe in them, and then letting them do their thing, letting them run with it. Coach has a Kevin Wiseman hair look. Yeah, the hair's out of control. I don't know what's going on with it, but I kind of dig it. So I'm just rocking with it. The wife's not too thrilled, uh, but I like it. So we shall see. It'll change soon. The good thing about this dude's hair is it just never stops growing. So I was blessed with that gift, and no matter how many times I take it down, it just seems to grow back. So just like the weeds in my garden, I went on and did some irrigation this weekend, and my fingers and my hands and my wrists are so sore. If anyone's ever done drip irrigation, putting the quarter inch fittings into the quarter inch tubes, it just really, ugh, no, thank you. But I would say I'm like 85% done with that nonsense. And then like true home projects, once I get to 100% complete, the stuff that I originally started will start to break and I'll have to do it all over again. It's like a vicious loop, the vicious loop of life. So believe in your kids, fight for them, be their loudest cheerleader, right? Those were the points, the big points from the reading. That was the other thing I wanted to see. I thought the weekend recap I did had some good points on it, but man, it still messed it up. It did not. All right, Dominic, focus. Focus. I'm getting very distracted. It's fine. Let's go to today's reading. Today's Monday. The reading today is Give Them a Pat on the Back. Yep. This one was a story about Queen Elizabeth II and all that she was responsible for in her 70-year reign as queen. I think it's not. Ryan Holiday has immense respect for Queen Elizabeth because I know in one of his books, I want to say Discipline is Destiny. I want to say it's Discipline. He very much highlights her as a very disciplined woman of our time. But uh, I find a little humor in what he's writing here and what he wrote about her is that like she basically had very little responsibility as queen, couldn't make laws, couldn't hire elected officials, couldn't do all these kind of other things. She didn't voice her opinion, but what she did do was give out a lot of awards, thousands of them over the years, lots of medals, lots of pats on the backs. And she had said, well, this is a quote, I believe. People need pats on the back sometimes. It's a very dingy world otherwise. So, very true. That's what the reading is highlighting and teaching us today is yeah, sneeze coming, but it's not ready. Damn it. Um, give your kids a pat on the back. Celebrate them. Celebrate their wins, no matter how small. Celebrate their effort. If it doesn't turn into a win, maybe it's a loss, maybe it's a failure, but celebrate the effort. Give them a pat on the back. The reading, the journal question, it wants us to take a minute, think about some ways you can celebrate your kids today. So everybody, that's your homework. I never give homework on here. What was the journal question? What's one thing you admire about your kids right now? And then tell them, right? So I wrote some stuff down. I probably should just leave this journal open so that I remember to tell these little beings these things that I wrote about them. I'll read it to you guys. So for Bentley, I wrote his tenacity and fun. So the journal asked for one thing. I felt two. I did one that was kind of like, let's say a little humorous, maybe a little jabby, because that's who I am. His tenacity. I love his tenacity, but I hate his tenacity. The kid just never stops. Um, but it's cool to watch. His energy's never ending. And it's exhausting as a parent. Brooklyn, her voice and her love, right? She's a beautiful voice, wonderful voice. When she sings, I just stop. I just stop and listen. But then she also has the most shrill, loudest voice on planet, where I run, where I alert the neighbors. Um, and then her love. She's just my sweetie pie. Bailey, her grit and her social skills. So now Bailey is determined. Bailey is just, she's going to do it. And then socially, she wants to know everybody, be everybody's friend. But at the same time, I kind of feel like I don't know that she really knows everybody. So I kind of working on that with her. And I also threw my wife in there. Her stamina and her care, her caring for others, caring for our kids, caring for other people. She cares a lot, that woman. And then her stamina is a funny one because on one hand, she works very hard to do everything for our family and our house. But on the other hand, she is tired all the time. Bailey's an old soul. Yeah, she is. She's 18. She's an old woman now. I'm a big Brooklyn fan. Yeah, Brooklyn's dope. Brooklyn's definitely the most complicated out of them. Bailey, I think, is our simple one. And then, like I said before, Bentley, it's still too soon to tell. He could break either way, you know? I feel like all the kids were like Bentley when they were younger. Um, and then they start to branch, they start to really figure out themselves. They get certain friends or influences or, you know, we are influencing them in different ways as we grow older. Um, I definitely think he's going to have the best shot just because of the journey that I've been on and the journey that my wife had been on uh, through this whole thing. He's going to get, you know, for sure the best of us, but we'll see. Poetry in motion. There you go. Just sitting on the sideline, watching the game, making a ruckus. Yeah, man, these shows actually go really fast when no one interrupts me. It's crazy. I'm already at the end of this. Give them a pat on the back, celebrate, go tell them what's special about them. Yeah, we did it all. 20 minutes in. Who would have thought these could just be trimmed down that quickly? Scan the QR. All right, dude. This guy. What's up, Steve? How are you doing, man? How are you and Junie? What's going on? What is going on in the life of a dude in a scuba suit? The Daily Stoic lesson today was she is with kid's mother. Okay. I hope that I hope that goes well. Ready for the lessons on the bathroom walls. Yeah. It'd be really weird if there was a QR code in a bathroom stall that you scan and it brought you to VDad's Twitch. That'd be so freaking weird. And someone actually scans it. Don't scan QR codes in bathrooms, people. Okay? If we've learned anything here, it's don't do as Scuba Steve does. Don't you hate it when they put those dividers between the urinals? Don't I hate it? No, no, I'm cool with them. They're okay. They're okay. Dial 911 from the bathroom wall for a good time. Stoke lesson. Stop blaming all the stuff that's going on. Stop blaming someone else, the world, the universe, blah, 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 blah. Take responsibility for your reasoned choice that brought you to whatever it is. You think the plumbers put those up? No, not plumbers. It would be some sort of handyman or carpenter or something like that, but it's definitely not plumbers. Plumbers would not know how to do that or make anything level. I do not work in commercial bathrooms. I'm not a handyman. I'm a handyman at times, but I would not want to do that. That sounds like no, no, thank you. I would hire someone for that for sure. All right. Well, look at that. See, we're there. What do you guys want to talk about now? TG, we are not talking about the bathroom wall artwork. Okay. Yeah. You want to talk more about bathroom stuff? I don't know. I don't know about that, guys. Doesn't sound like a good time. So, a couple of things I did want to talk about this weekend, right? We had some good times this weekend, and I also had a good amount of failures this weekend. Yesterday in particular, I just sat around. I don't know what it was, if it was festivities of the day before, we had a pool party at a friend's house, barbecue, just doing that whole thing, enjoying this long extended summer that we have out there because we're still in the 100-degree temperatures. But yeah, Sunday, I don't know, just wasn't feeling it. I was very much glued to the TV, very much just had my phone on grinding this silly video game that my this Roblox game that my son got us all into. Uh and yeah, just kind of going through the motions, just snacking it up. I got out early and got the irrigation done. So that was like my win for the day. But then after that it was no. Best approach for correcting sleep abnormalities up too late, etc. Do you stay up longer for like 22 hours, sleep 12 hours for 5 days? No, dude. What? Or force kid to bed to correct it. Oh, that's your kid, huh? I mean, she's a chip off the old block, right? She's got to get to that scuba Steve up all night. No. Um, with our girls, because they're older, they are more in control of their schedule, but, they definitely need to we definitely all go to bed around the same time, 7:30 to 8:30 time frame. Everybody's going to their bed, to their bedroom. I'm the only one who's actually falling asleep at that hour because I do wake up early, and the girls just kind of flow, like I think Brooklyn and Bailey tend to go to bed around the 10 to 12 o'clock hour, and then everyone tends to wake up around 6 or 7 o'clock in general. On the weekends, it's different. Well, she comes back from her mother's and is staying up till 2 to 3 a.m. Comes back to me messed up. I fix it, then repeat. Yeah, I don't know. I I know that's a definitely a tough and difficult thing living in a co-parenting situation where, the two of you don't agree. And I'm sure you've talked about it. Well, my guess would be it didn't go well, or that she didn't care to follow your schedule, and hers doesn't sound too healthy. Like, I think, isn't Junie like in the 6 to 8 range? She's pretty young, so staying up till 2 to 3 a.m. I know you have a different parenting style than I do, but that's pretty bad. That's pretty late. I've done a 72-hour moment when I get an idea and cannot let go. Yeah, going into second grade. So yeah, she's Bentley's age. He's in second grade right now too. So no, no, I don't think that's good. Um, but kids are very adaptable and resilient. So if it's not necessarily getting in the way of her alertness, like if she's not drowsy and draggy, I'm just adapting through the chaos handed to me. Yeah, I know. I can't imagine it's easy. I mean, even being in like a um, married parental relationship where, we still very much like each other. We still have two very different styles of parenting. And, for the most part, I'm let her run the show, even though I don't agree with everything. So I can't imagine, I mean, I can, what it's like with a separated parental unit, co-parenting kind of situation. So, um, I think it's more about just giving Junie the voice, right? If she is not feeling well after the day, just kind of helping her walk her to that realization that maybe it's because you're staying up too late, uh, and trying to help her understand the value of sleep and um, recharging and all those kind of things. I don't know if it's at that age. I'm sure there's some sort of kidded, like more kid correct version of like a sleep podcast or YouTube video or something like that to help her more in her terms. Um, I don't know. I don't know, sir. But I would definitely say that, 2 a.m., 22-hour awake days with 12 hours sleep, that kind of sounds like a lot. I think the general rule is, 7 to 10 hours. And I think it's in the when you're younger, it's more like the 8, 9, 10 hours of sleep. And then as you get older, you can kind of adjust down a little bit to 6 or 7 or 8 hours of sleep. But that's, like I said, just adapting. If she seems fine, then maybe she's of that scuba breed. Because don't you not sleep? Don't you sleep for like an hour a night? Don't you sleep while you're awake? Um, yeah, I'm not sure, bud. I'm not sure. But again, sorry you're going through that. That sucks. Do I look like a guy with oh, do I look like a guy with a plan? No. Do any of us actually have a plan? Come on. Plans are hard because I feel like every time you plan, especially the further in advance you go, and especially if your plan relies on a lot of different people and variables to act and work a certain way, your plan just has, and again, the further you go and the more variables, it has more percentage chance to fail. So why plan? Or at least don't worry about it. Have the contingency plans, realize that you can adapt and overcome and adjust and all that other stuff. Right. So I get her back at 2. to 3 a.m. last weekend, and she wakes up at you got her back at 2 a.m.? Like, she brought her to you? That's wild. What? Oh, man. Sometimes I think my life is a movie, but then I, like, I have a little run-in with Scuba Steve, and I'm like, "Gee, that's a movie right there, this guy." No, she never brings her. I have to go get her. Oh. So she's just, like, staying up all night, hanging out with mom, and then mom's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. Steve, why don't you come get your daughter?" And you're like, "It's freaking 3 AM. How is she not asleep?" Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, that's wild. And is there no chance for her I got a call from her half sister's dad. Half sister's dad. Oh, okay. Is it not something where when it's your day to get her, it's not where you can just be like, "I'm gonna come get her at 8 PM," saying to come get her because her kid's mother left. Ooh, ouch. Okay. So maybe it was supposed to be damn. So what happened with the case? I thought you were going for full custody. Did you not get that? Or is that still going on? Still ongoing trials? I guess would be that you didn't get it or it's still going on. I know it's kinda wait a year, judge wouldn't open oh, man. I'm sorry. That sucks. So now you're just dealing with what's already in place. That's wild, dude. Sorry. I'm really sorry for Junie. That's a bummer. Since she entered a diversion program. Oh, okay. The mom, I'm assuming you mean. Yeah. Damn. Well, it sucks. Yeah, I don't know what else you can do in that situation. Just gotta be there, right? See you later, David. Thanks for joining us and hanging out with us today. You just gotta be there. You just gotta make the best of the situation. At some point, she'll have more of a choice at the matter um, than you or mom or anyone else. Well, yeah, and let Junie out of the kennel to go for a walk. Damn. Yeah, it's terrible. Um, yeah, I don't know. I would say, work on helping her establish her voice. And I know that's not easy in whatever situation she's in, where maybe the other parent or the other person isn't allowing that, but that's going to be the best thing. Have her speak up to a point where, you know, she can say she doesn't want to be there. I want to go to dad's. She'll be fine. It's just the contrast. Yeah, and that's like wreaking havoc on her brain, on her developing, growing brain. So just do the opposite, man. Just be the light, be the positive, be the support, be the love, be all that stuff to counterbalance the other side. I think that's going to be your best bet, best situation, best for her. Surround her with other people that you bring to her that do that same thing, that are on the same page as you. Yeah, good. That is freaking crazy. So then I force her to go to bed at 8 to 9. I wouldn't say force her. Just remind her that it's in her best interest to lay down, calm her mind down, get the screens off, drift into boredom, think and reflect about her day, maybe get some meditation. If she likes music, play some lo-fi, like low level music. That's Brooklyn's thing now is she plays music on her phone and puts it under her pillow so she can kind of like feel the vibrations and like barely hear it and then drift off to sleep. So I don't know. I don't know the answer, but um you're you're the person. You're her person. You're the only one that she can look at and depend on. But yes, sleep is 100% very, very important. And I think it's, like I said, just about teaching her and maybe helping her realize the difference in like, okay, when you were in bed at 3 a.m. and woke up later, like, then you feel different than when you went to bed at 8. and woke up at a more normal time. I don't, and again, I think school has a lot to do with it. And that's the whole basis of school is getting yourself on a rhythm with the world. When the sun's up, you're up. When the sun's down, you're down. We are sun. We get a lot of our energy and a lot of our nutrients and what have you from the sun. So following the sun is usually in the best bet of humans and civilization and animals and plants and all that kind of stuff. Wow, good job, Hera. It's just amazing. I know. But you got to make it her choice, right? You got to teach her that it is her choice. It's her mother messing it, so I should have. to. Ugh, you're funny, man. Always a laugh when Scuba Steve is in town. All right, dude. I'm gonna get out of here. Come back tomorrow and we can chat more if you're awake. But thank you for coming in and hanging with me, everybody. And I'll see you back here tomorrow, all right? Let's do this. Let's do this shit.